Hello mga kawawmat. In this video, we will discuss classification and organization of data. Our objectives recognize the different types and classification of data. Number two, classify and characterize data. Number three, maintain utmost perseverance in classifying and organizing data. So first, let us discuss the types of data. In statistics, data refers to the pieces of information collected through observation, measurement, or research. Data can be classified into several types depending on its nature. So we have two types of data, the qualitative and quantitative data. In quantitative data, we have two types also of quantitative data, the discrete and continuous. So let us discuss first qualitative data. So data that describes qualities, characteristics, or categories. It is non-numerical. So the word is non-numerical, so meaning it's more on observation. Okay, it's qualitative. It is more on categorizing. Okay, so for examples, the color of cars in a parking lot, color of skin. So that's qualitative data. Students' favorite subjects. So yan din ay halimbawa ng qualitative data. Basta non-numerical, that is an example of qualitative data. Another, we have quantitative data. So data that can be measured or counted and is expressed in numbers. So for example, the height of students in centimeters, numbers of books in the library, exam scores of students. So yung height, so it is so measure mo, so this involve numbers and also number of books in the library. So ibig sabihin na bilang mo, no? Kaya number of books, na bilang na yung libro kung ilan. Scores, exam scores of students. So this is an example of quantitative data. Under quantitative data, meron tayong discrete and continuous. So, ang discrete data, data that consists of countable values, it cannot take on every possible value within a range. So, like for example, later na I give you an example on this. Bakit hindi siya pwede, no? Hindi posible na may value within a range. So, for example, the number of siblings in a family. So, number of students in the classroom. So, number of cars in the parking lot. So, ang clue nyo dito kapag may number na word, automatic discrete siya. So, ibig sabihin ka nabibilang. Pag sinabing discrete, countable, kaya bilangin sa daliri, kaya mo bilangin sa utak mo. But, of course, kapag sobrang dami na, oh, that is not, na hindi na kaya sa daliri. Like for example, no, yung mga even number less than 10. So, kaya yan. So, that's an example of discrete data. So, kayang bilangin. So, yung cannot take on every possible value within a range. Like, for example, yung number of cars. So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na, okay, yung bilang ng cars sa parking lot ay 5.6. Ano yung 0.6? So, pag sinabi nating discrete data, okay, madalas yan dapat naka-whole number siya. So, yung number of students, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na yung bilang ng estudyantes inside the classroom ay ah 5.5 or 5.3. O ano yung 0.3? Wala namang 0.3, no, na bilang ng tao. So, dapat whole number. Another is the continuous data, data that can take any value within a range. It is measurable and can include decimal. So dito, yung may range. So the weight of a newborn baby in kilograms, the time it takes to run a marathon, kasi hindi naman yan laging sakto in, halimbawa, 2 oras. So pwedeng sabihin mo dyan, 2 hours and 20 minutes and 5 seconds. Diba? Yung mga ganyan yung bilang. The temperature in a city during summer. So yan ay halimbawa ng continuous data. So Frank, let us answer this practice exercises. So sabihin niyo lang kung qualitative or quantitative. Okay, the movie genre, of course, ikakategorize mo lang naman, tama? So that is qualitative. Brand of soda. So ikakategorize mo lang din. O, ini-name mo lang, no? I-name mo lang. So that is qualitative also. Age, quantitative. Amount found on electricity bill, quantitative. Number of absences in class. So that's also quantitative. Next, determine if the following is discrete or continuous. Number of accidents on a major thoroughfare. So, yung number of accidents, discrete kasi nabilang, Number of persons in the mall between 10 and 10:30 in the morning. So, meron tayong time na 10 and 10:30, baka isipin nyo continuous, but ang inaano dito yung bilang ng tao sa mall. Okay? So, since may word na number, discrete. The speed of internet connection, yan, may decimal yan, continuous. Number of people seated inside a movie house. So may number na word ulit that is discrete. The altitude of an airplane flying from Manila to Singapore. That is continuous. Next is the level of measurement. So in statistics, data can be classified into four levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio level. So, understanding this helps us decide which statistical methods are appropriate. So, data is placed into categories without order or ranking. Numbers, if used, are just labels. So, for example, blood type. So, wala siyang ranking, no? Wala siyang order na kailangan mo na yung A, B, so kahit alin man dyan. So, nominal level, yan. Religion, Catholic, Muslim, Protestant, yan. That's an example of nominal level. Student ID number, so nominal level yon. So, isipin nyo, sir, number yun Bakit nominal level? Dapat quantitative. No, ininame mo lang naman yung student ID numbers niya. So, therefore, nominal level yon. So, ito yung mga halimbawa, no? Kapag nagsasurvey kayo or gumagawa kayo ng research. So, halimbawa, yung mga question, what is your civil status? So, this is an example of nominal level sa research nyo. Where do you live? Yan. Nominal level yan. Next, ordinal level. So, parang upgraded ito ng nominal level. Kasi this one is more on category din, no? Qualities. Data is arranged in order or rank. Yun lang ang pinagkaiba niya sa nominal level. Meron siyang arrangement in order or rank. But the exact differences between values are not meaningful. So for example, class ranking. So meron tayong first, second, and third or kaya kung sa ano yan, sa Academic Excellence Award, we have with highest honors, with high honors, with honors. Survey rating. So, meron tayong strongly agree, strongly disagree. So, yan, ordinal level yan. Socioeconomic status, low, middle class, high class. So, yung mga example ng ordinal level. So, ang iba pang halimbawa, like for example, is the grade level, the class officers, no? Kasi naka-order yung class officers eh. So, pinakamataas is president, vice, secretary, treasurer. Ganon din yung grade level. Even the position of the government, president, vice president, secretary. Okay, so class officers, pwede rin, no? And what else? The military rank. That's an example. That is an example of ordinal level. Next, interval level. So yung nominal sa ordinal, yun ay halimbawa ng qualitative data. So pasok sila sa qualitative data. But itong interval level, meron tayong dalawa din, no? I know the interval level is an example of quantitative kasi ano na to eh, may involved na numerical value. So when we say interval level, data has order, equal intervals between values, but no true zero or zero does not mean none. So dito, ang ibig sabihin ng zero, kung may makukuha mang zero, meron pa ring ibig sabihin yon. Hindi sinabi na as in wala. Okay, so halimbawa na lang. Yung temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Sa Celsius na lang, the boiling point is 0 degrees Celsius. So, ibig sabi, freezing point rather, no? The freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. So, may ibig sabihin. Kaya nga may negative degrees Celsius eh. Next, the IQ score. May ibig sabihin kapag nakakuha ka ng 0, no? Kapag nag-IQ test ka, 0, hindi ibig sabihin na wala ka ng alam or kasi zero eh. It's either may factors, baka mamaya stress ka o kaya hindi mo na sundan yung instruction or may iba't ibang factors. So hindi pwedeng sabihin na kapag na zero ka dun sa IQ test na yun ay pwedeng sabihin na wala kang alam, no? Next is the calendar years. So then an example is the 1990, 2000, 2010. So the ratio level is also ano to quantitative then, but the ratio level is one of the highest no measurement level do sa apat. So data has all properties of interval, data plus a true zero. So dito pag sinabing zero yung value as in wala, halimbawa sa height, no? Sa weight. So wala namang 0 kilogram or 0 grams. So ibig sabihin wala talaga yung value na zero. So, for example, height of students. Okay, ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating 0 centimeter, walang height yun. Number two, weight of fruits in kilograms. Number three, age of person in years. Number four, income in persons. So that's an example of ratio level. Measurement, tapos kapag may na bangkit na number, ayun binilang, that is a ratio level. Time, speed, volume, yung mga yan ay an example, yung mga perimeter, area, that's an example of ratio level. Okay, that, so sagutan natin to, no? We're going to determine if nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio level. IQ score, so interval. Earthquake intensity scale. So what is the answer? Okay, that's ordinal. May ano yun, may scaling yun. Seasons in the Philippines, nominal. ASEAN countries, nominal. Monthly expenses, ratio level. Commuting times during peak hours. Okay, commuting times during peak hours. So what is the answer? Okay, time yan kasi ratio level, no? Number of local channel, ratio level. Kasi pag may word na number, that is ratio level automatic. Satisfaction level, okay, ordinal. Zip codes, nominal. Number of people dining in Mang Inasal at 1 p.m., nominal also. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope you learn about the classification and organization of data, especially on the types of data, the quantitative and qualitative. Under quantitative, we have discrete and continuous. And also, we discussed the four levels of measurement, the nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio level.